If you're looking for a novel set in the first half of the 20th century that involves the Indian struggle for independence, but from the perspective of some fictional and some lesser known players, then The Lost Treasure of Azad Hind Fauj is the perfect book for you. Watch on for a full review of this book. Hello people, this is Sonali, the Melodramatic Bookworm. If you've been here before, welcome back, and if you're new to my channel, welcome to the Melodramatic Bookworm family. Also welcome to my review of The Lost Treasure of Azad Hind Fauj by Piyush Rohankar. I've reviewed Piyush Rohankar's previous book called A Pleasant Escape on my channel. If you'd like to go check that review video out, link will be here as well as in the description box below. Coming back to The Lost Treasure of Azad Hind Fauj, this is a historical / science fiction in which the developments seem to make total sense. If you put reality aside, that is. It took the author 3 years to do extensive research for this book, a fact that is both impressive and obvious given how the book has turned out. I have a lot of things that I want to tell you about this story while keeping it spoiler free, and that says something about the quality of that research. So without any further ado, let's dive right into this video and let me share with you my review of The Lost Treasure of Azad Hind Fauj by Piyush Rohankar. Ayo has just lost his older sister, and in her dying moment she gives him a key and tells him about their ancestral house in a faraway village. Their father disappeared during World War II, and now heartbroken that he has lost his only known living blood relative, Ayo decides to go looking for him. He bids goodbye to his wife, embarks on this journey, and when he reaches the house, he finds letters, scores and scores of letters that his father had written to his mother, and through these he is sent tumbling backwards in time, uncovering facts that literally changed the course of history. The members of the Azad Hind Fauj, or the Indian National Army, organizing rebellions against the British rule, planning coups and attacks across the country but thwarted at every step. The Azad Hind Fauj planning to set up a bank in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, but the treasure that's being transported disappears along with the crew and any search parties that were sent out after them. A British officer who escaped these islands before the Japanese took over is now on a mission to find a mysterious weapon, and a son trying to find out what happened to his father all those years ago. All of these come together to form the story of The Lost Treasure of Azad Hind Fauj. There are quite a few things that I loved about this book. Let me list them out for you. It combines historical facts and events with fiction remarkably well and convincingly so, and the author remains mostly true to the Indian historical figures who were part of the freedom struggle, like Rash Bihari Bose, Subhash Chandra Bose and Jatin Mukherjee, playing on the characteristics that we know so well and as a result lending credibility to the plot point in question. And in a book like this is of utmost importance because we want the depictions to stay true to what we know of the freedom fighters so that we feel closer to them. It has all the elements to keep you invested right from the beginning to the very end. It has political intrigue, it has military action, historical facts, geographical knowledge, human behavior, all of it. The writing is impeccable in a few places and either transports you into the lush greenery of the islands or makes you want to write poetry of your own, which could turn out to be disastrous, but it is inspiring enough to make you want to wander off on your own. The author is pretty spot on in capturing the tone of the British colonizer, what with all the hankering after things that don't belong to them, which they have no right over, but which they pursue anyway. Similarly, he gives a voice to the tribes of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands without playing into mainstream media stereotypes of them. This is refreshing to see in more ways than one. He also sheds light on the colonization of the islands and how control shifted from the British to the Japanese during World War II, with nominal authority resting with Subhash Chandra Bose. The underhanded power play tactics during this time is a testament to the fact that every nation resorts to claiming power at one time or another for their own reasons. Some are fair, others not so much. One of the British characters in here talks about, and I quote, "the importance of science and technology, how necessary it was to understand and explore unknown things for the benefit and comfort of people, even if initial risk and sacrifice were needed." And this does ring true, even though a colonizer's definition of this importance is way bloodier and violent than anybody else's. Unfortunately, there were some things that prevented this book from becoming a fantastic read for me, and these were things that I couldn't ignore. Topmost on this list is my gripe with the writing, which in some places is fabulous, as I've mentioned, but in others it sounds a tad bit academic, like a Wikipedia article or someone reciting a speech by rote. In yet others, the phrases that the author uses seem straight out of modern ad jingles. For example, he uses finger licking good in one place, and even if it is used in the context of a chicken curry, it seems extremely out of place given the larger subject at hand. Sometimes, in a bid to become more poetic, the writing loses touch with the overall context of the plot, making that particular bit stand out in a jarring manner. This breaks the flow, and sometimes that can be a book's undoing. Continuity lapses. Many a times this meant that the reading of a text meant whiplash on a mild but noticeable level, and that was something that I couldn't ignore. Repetition. There were so many times where words and information were repeated that it sort of broke the continuity and the storytelling for me, which loops back to what I was referring to in the previous point. Some events feel a little too convenient for the plot. For example, coconuts start raining down on two Japanese soldiers who are spying on a couple of the characters, and when those characters need distraction, these coconuts knock those Japanese soldiers unconscious. I feel like the book could have used a little more editing and a little more polishing, which would have catapulted the book into a wholly different sphere of influence than what it is in right now. I feel like the positive aspects of The Lost Treasure of Azad Hind Fauj outweigh the negative aspects, and the book succeeds in doing what it set out to do, even if there are a few bumps along the way. I feel that the author's research and work on this book has paid off well. I would recommend you read The Lost Treasure of Azad Hind Fauj, especially if you are someone who likes reading historical Indian fiction with a pinch of science fiction on the side. So that was my review of The Lost Treasure of Azad Hind Fauj. What did you think of this video? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What do you think of this book and its blurb in general? Will you go and read this book after watching my review, or have you already read it? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you like this video, please like it and share it to spread the word. And if you like my content and would like to see more from me, don't forget to hit subscribe and click on the bell icon beside the subscribe button to get notified as and when I post new videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, keep reading, keep watching, and add melodrama to your life.